Basically, this is a giveaway once we get to 10,000 subscribers on my channel. So we've got a way to go. I'm going to give away a suit. Hey everyone, Andrew here, Melbourne Superman, Super Fit Cosplay. Now, a lot of you have asked in the past about the number of suits that I have, which ones they are. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today, all the Superman suits that I have. And if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to keep cool at conventions, how to clean your suits, how to store them, how to hold things like phones and keys, and also the details of which suit I'm going to give away and how I'm going to give it away. So stay tuned to the end of the video so that you can find out about the suit giveaway that I will do in due time. So let's get into it. So we're going to start from basically chronological order, the suits that I got. So this is a list. Not all of the suits that I have had or own are on this list, but these are the suits that are the ones that mean a lot to me. So I've had suits before this. I've had suits in between, but these are all the suits that I currently look at for my sort of repertoire. So the first suit we have is my original Christopher Reeve Action Costumes Silver Edition Superman suit. So this suit I got about 10 to 15 years ago, and it was like really special to me at the time, right? Like I really enjoyed it. It fit relatively well. It was made of 4-way stretch Lycra. And it was their Silver Edition suit, which means the materials were a little bit closer to what you would have seen on screen. The logo was sewn into the suit rather than being just like a silk screen silk screen patch, something. I don't know. And the boots were leather. So this suit it was my first sort of suit that I debuted as a Superman cosplayer when I was taking it seriously. And I always loved the way that I look in this suit. It was really, really fantastic. It was, it still holds a special place in my heart. So that was the first suit that I owned. Now, this particular suit I have sold. So this suit is no longer actually in my rotation. So some of these suits that I have are not with me any longer due to personal reasons. In this case, I had a bit of a disagreement with the maker, and I didn't really feel comfortable wearing his stuff anymore. So, but that doesn't mean that it still didn't hold a special place in my heart. The second suit. Now, I have just recently reviewed this suit, so you want to check that out. So this is a Superman Returns suit. Now, that review is a second review. You can find the original review on my members only section. So that starts at $2.99 a month. So if you want to check that out. I'm a starving YouTuber. So this is the Superman Return suit made by Custom Costumes, Ricky Brucherad. This one, again, I got about 10 or 15 years ago, and it's held up pretty well. That's actually the suit that's featured right behind me there. So it displays well, it wears well. The only problem with a suit like this is the fabric, the material of it. It does stretch out over time, so there are creases in the suit where you wouldn't want them to be. But it started off really well. It started really great. The other thing with a suit like this is that because it is patterned, it doesn't bring out your features as well as something like the Christopher Reeve suit would, because it's plain material. So that's something to keep in mind. But it's a beautiful suit. I have reviewed it recently. It's got the 3DS, the belt buckle, the faux leather cape. The boots that came with it are fantastic as well. Now this is a suit that I actually have never worn. So this suit and the Action Costume suit that I just spoke about are suits that I've never actually worn in public. Just because it's like it has always been a body image issue thing for me. I've only just recently sort of gotten past that a little bit. And I'll talk about that in depth with another suit down the track. But this is a great suit. I really enjoy it. It photographs really well. This is a photograph only suit. Generally, I don't generally wear it out in public, as I've said. Not now because of body image issues, but now because of sort of quality issues, because it is old and it has stretched out a bit. So the next suit that I have, this I believe was also Ricky Brucherad Custom Costumes. This is my Lois and Clark Dean Cain style suit. Now this suit, not my favorite, but it, again, one of the OGs. So these first three suits are all suits that I bought sort of within a year of each other. Now this one's good. The only big problems with this one are the S on the back of the cape is not the actual S sort of that you would have seen in the show. He used sort of a Christopher Reeve style S. I think he has updated this, if I remember from his website. The S is not embroidered or patched like you would have seen in the show. The S that he sent me was like vinyl, which was an interesting choice. And the only problem, again, with that is that it wrinkles a little bit. So it's not, again, a suit that I've ever worn in public. And it's not a suit that I probably would, just because there is a bit of a wrinkle on it, on the S, which I could probably fix easily enough with like a hairdryer, but I just never have. But it is great. The belt is beautiful. It's like the actual belt that you would have seen on the show. And again, sort of with what Ricky Brucerad does is he generally makes the loops separate from the briefs, which I think in this case and the Superman Returns case is really, really a good idea because it allows you to put the loops where you want them. They don't stretch out. They don't look sort of awkward, which we like. Now, this next suit, again, from Ricky Brucerad Custom Costumes. So I've had a bit of a history with him. Although this one I only bought about 4 or 5 years ago. This was the first suit that I bought when I first got into officially cosplaying as Melbourne Superman. So that's what this suit is. And it is a suit that I had always wanted for like a long time. I'd always seen that this guy made this suit, and not entirely screen accurate, but still looks really cool, right? And so I purchased this suit. Now, I've done a review on this suit. Again, you can find it on my page. As with Ricky, it took a long time, but the product that I got was pretty good. Like, there are a few imperfections, but what can you do? Like, he makes a great cape. This costume is a really cool design because it's sort of a budget-friendly... I mean, it's still costly, but it's sort of a budget-friendly suit compared to what you can buy from somebody like Replica Industries or In Disguise Designs. And it fit really well. Like, he has always been able to fit a suit to me really well. Like, nothing... Like, the 3 suits that I have from him are the best fitting suits that I have, hands down. So I do love this suit. The cape was huge. It's probably the best cape that I had to date. And I just love the look of it. It's kind of like, it's Batman v Superman / an animated feel to it. Like, because it's not completely movie accurate. It has a bit of more of a comic book feel. Now, this is the next suit that I got after. Now, these suits from now on are all the suits that I have acquired since taking on the mantle of Melbourne Superman. Have you followed me since the beginning? Comment down below. When did you find me? How did you find me? Did you find me through YouTube or did you find me through Melbourne Superman? I'd be really curious to know. So this suit is my Batman v Superman Replica Industries suit. This was the first of 2 suits that I got from Replica Industries. And I love it. Like, this was my first foray into like a really expensive suit. This one was costly. The great things about this suit when I first got it, the chrome muscle suit, beautiful. The muscle suit, I would say, was a little bit bigger than I would have liked, so it did look a little bit unnatural, which again I'll talk about in a little bit. The cape, whilst the cape was nice and big and had a good flow, it wasn't made particularly amazingly well. I think Replica Industries could use some work on their capes. That said, you can see this photo. It's not a bad flowing cape. It is nice. This one, it's funny. Like, it became easier to wear wear. The boots were always hard to get on, but it was comfortable enough. It was comfortable to wear it, and it looked great. It looks great in photos, as you've seen in Melbourne Superman on Instagram. Now, this next suit, this was actually a suit made by Napier's. Now, there is a suit in here that I haven't included because I don't think it's worth mentioning. But, well, I'm going to mention it. But, so Napier's, I had commissioned a suit from Napier's, and what I got was sort of not what I had asked for or was I expecting. I have reviewed that suit. I'm not sure if it's on my regular channel or my members only channel. You'll have to find out. But I think it might still be on my regular channel. But this one was a suit that he actually sent me for free because he wanted to make up for the suit that he had sent me originally. So this is the Man of Steel Nightmare Superman suit. So it's not to be confused with the Zack Snyder Justice League suit. So this is a black Man of Steel suit. So you can see from the round buckle and just the shape of the S and no Kryptonian script. And it is a beautiful suit. The muscle suit was at the time one of the best ones that I had because it was most anatomically and natural looking. Only problem with this one is you can see the S was a little bit crooked, but like, it's fine. Like, everything's fine, right? So I really did love the fact that Bruce sent me this, just basically to say I'm sorry for the experience that I'd had with him. That to me is huge. So Bruce charges a penny, right? Like, so this was not a cheap suit for him to make. The fact that he sent it to me speaks miles about his character, and I love that. And that is why I still work with Bruce today. Now, this is the next suit that I ordered from Robert Gonzalez, Robert Workshop /GC5FX. So the emblem was made by GC5FX. The bodysuit and the cape and the underwear and the belt buckle were made by Robert Workshop. Now, this suit I commissioned because I wanted to take the Brandon Routh Justice League, Crisis on Infinite Earths suit. I loved it. I thought it was great. This particular suit was not made particularly well, unfortunately. There was weird hemlines. The sleeves were not cut evenly. And it was tricky to get it on and off. And it just didn't really sit well, I feel. It photographs really well, but it's not a suit that I could wear in public because of the imperfections in it and where he has the hemlines and he has like marks, like chalk marks that I can't get out, which is strange. And it was a bit costly for what I got, and it took a little bit long for what I got. I think Robert Workshop works best with muscle suits, and this was just a testament that we weren't really on the same page. But that I had that, not now, but it was displayed for quite a while on my page. So, but you can still find me in photos of it. So certainly with this one, if I were to do something different, I'd probably, instead of the cape that's shown here, I'd probably put that cape on just to match the feel of it a little bit more, and I think that would have looked cool. This next suit, this was made by Unmasked Studio. So this was my first sort of just not specific to a certain thing on film suit. So I reached out to Unmasked and I said, hey man, make me a suit. And so he made me this, and it was kind of a comic booky suit. Not quite DC 52, but like a hybrid of a bunch of different things. So the Superman logo there is a bit of a Superman Returns style. The belt is from GC5FX, and that belt was the Superman Lives belt, the Nicolas Cage belt, and I really wanted to use that. So he made that in a red version for me. I also do have a yellow version of it. So this one I sometimes wear with or without briefs, but either way it kind of works. But yeah, beautiful suit by Unmasked Studio, who I've worked with a couple of times. Case in point, this suit, I basically reached out to GC5FX I wanted a suit built based on this emblem that GC5FX makes. Chris, so I asked Unmasked Studio, I said, look man, you're really good at making hybrid suits. Make me a suit based on this. I want red trim. I want it to replicate a little bit of a Batman v Superman look, but we want to pay homage to Max Fleischer. And this is what I got. So with Unmasked, his muscle suits are relatively big and animated, so like it's not natural looking, but it is a nice suit. Like, he makes a great suit. This suit fits me really well. And the only problem with this suit is the sleeves are a little bit long, but can't really tell. So it's not really a problem. Again, Unmasked could probably use some work on his cape, but we make it work. Overall, it's a great suit. It's one of the few muscle suits that I can get on by myself without somebody there to help me. Fun fact, this photo, I actually edited this with 2 red lightsabers. That's what you're seeing. The heat rays coming out of my eyes. 2 red lightsabers. A little bit of Star Wars fun facts for you. Moving on. Okay, so this is my black suit. This is the second suit that I got from Replica Industries, the Snyder Cut Justice League suit, and I love it. This is probably one of my favorite suits right now. The cape, unfortunately, real miss. It's not a good cape, but it looks fine. I want to make a different cape for it. I just haven't gotten around to it. But it is probably one of the nicest suits that I own, and I still enjoy it. Again, I can get this one on pretty much by myself. It's very shiny. It's very nice. Very, very screen accurate, and I absolutely adore it. The boots fit really well. They're much easier to get on than the original Replica Industries boots. But yeah, the only problem is the cape. It's a very small cape. It doesn't flow that well, so I think he could... Like, the suits are so fantastic, but I think he should outsource the capes. But I love it. This is probably the one that I wear the most to cons because I think it's the coolest. It's the dopest looking suit. This one also from Unmasked Studio. So this one I commissioned. So you can see that the muscle suits are a little bit bigger than some. Am I still recording? Yes, I am. Are a little bit bigger than some of my other suits. But that's what Unmasked does. So this one I said, hey, look, man, I'd like you to make me something based on the CW Superman and Lois in your style. And so this is what he made me. So the emblem came from... Can't remember the name, but I reached out to them and they didn't get back to me, so I'm not going to shout them out anyway. So, but Unmasked made this suit. Obviously, that belt is GC5FX again. And I really enjoyed this one. This was one of my favorite suits up till this point. Fits really well. Again, Unmasked Studio builds a suit that generally fits pretty well. All these makers take their time. You know, they all kind of go over the time that they allocate for you. Yeah, we'll do it in 12 weeks. Yeah, all right, well, I'll see you in a year and we'll be fine. So, but they're all worth it, right? Like, I feel like they're all worth it, for the most part. This next one, actually a budget suit. So this one cost me like $60 from, Gunhead Designs. This one, yeah. So basically I wanted to do a Superman blue. And this one doesn't have the headpiece, but it's still a cool little suit. Like, for $60, I mean, it's really cool. It's got some muscle shadowing on it that looks really good, and it just feels good. It's an easy suit to get on. The only problem is with the gloves. It's hard to grasp the zipper, but really a fun suit. I don't wear it as often as I like, but it's really fun. It's got a beautiful color to it. This is the third suit that I got from Napier's. So Napier sent me this one, and this was what the first suit, that original suit, was supposed to be. That wasn't. And so, yeah, so he sent me this one, just the suit, because I already had a muscle suit for it. And it was exactly what I had wanted from Napier's. And so basically, yeah, essentially he sent me 3 suits, 2 of which were free. This was the third, and he didn't charge me anything for it. So really a great suit. The belt was beautiful. Like, there was problems with the first suit in terms of how everything worked, but he fixed it all with this one, and I absolutely love it. Fun fact, the very first suit that he sent me, I couldn't attach the cape because there was no way to attach the cape. The very last suit that he sent me, the Man of Steel suit, I couldn't attach the cape because he forgot to put the Velcro on the cape, but I fixed it. It's fine. We both had a laugh about it. This next suit, now this is actually not mine, but this was a suit made by New Dream Props. It's an Alex Ross style suit, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Like, New Dream Props made the crap out of this suit, and I look good in it, and it photographs really well. So it's obviously got the oversized S, and it's just, the oversized cape is beautiful. Like, New Dream Props, man, one of the best makers out there. So this is a great suit. Now this is the New Dream Props Christopher Reeve Superman 4 suit that he made me. Now, this suit I love. It brings out everything that you want it to bring out. It fits a little bit long in the sleeves, but he's said so many times that he will take it back, pay for postage, and he'll fix it. But I'm like, no, man, it's all good. It's all good. Like, every detail he wants to make sure is perfect. And that's why he's like, yeah, I will fix this suit for you. Just send it back, send it back, send it back. But instead of doing that, I haven't sent it back yet. He keeps sending me stuff. So, like, I'm getting more stuff from him. So I'm going to do some more reviews from him because I love what he does so much. And I, like, advocate for his stuff. So I'm very much looking forward to doing that. So I've got a few suits coming from him. Very excited. But yes, this is the first spandex suit that I've ever worn in public. So I wore that for the Good Friday appeal here in Australia, and I felt damn good in it. Like, I felt so good in it. There are pictures on my Instagram if you want to go find them, Melbourne Superman. And, like, nobody has ever made me feel that good in a suit. New Dream Props, Sebastian, rock on. This suit, one of the last suits that I got, In Disguise Designs. I just recently did a re-review on this one. Beautiful suit. Like, I don't want anybody to think that the last suit review that I did does him just... Like, I was being truthful in the sense that the experience really sucked. And what I got was not sort of worth what I paid for it, nor was it worth the experience. But it does look good on. And as I said in that video, you're going to look as, like, one of the best Superman cosplayers. Like, best is subjective. Like, it doesn't matter how much you spend on a suit. If you want to cosplay Superman. I don't care what it looks like. I just want to know that you enjoy doing it. But this is going to be one of the best looking suits out there. It's just not worth the money. And it wasn't worth the wait. And I wouldn't do it again. So that's all I have to say about that. I've only worn this one in public once. This one was, again, one of the last ones I got from Karen Bai, so they sent this one to me just to review it. It's a budget suit, $60. Looks really great. CW Superman and Lois style suit. And I love it. Like, in a pinch, like for $60, and you just want to wear something that you can get on by yourself, it's really great. Like, there's nothing wrong with this suit. Like, there's nothing, like, for those of you in the back, there's nothing wrong with budget cosplay. You got it? Like, if you don't have thousands of dollars to spend on a suit, you don't need it. Like, wear something cheap, but take ownership of it. Have the pride. Believe in what you're doing. Now, this is the last, Yes, this is the last suit that I've acquired. So this is from Napier's. Again, this is the Man of Steel suit, the trim and emblem made by Ben Able FX. I haven't yet done a proper shoot with it because it's so new. But, oh, dear God in heaven, that was wild. This is one of my favorite suits that I own. Like, Bruce knocked this out of the park. Ben Able FX knocked this out of the park. It's the best looking suit that I've ever put on. It's probably the best fitting suit that I've ever put on. I know that's what I said about Ricky, but like, this suit's freaking great. The muscle suit's great. It looks natural. It feels good. Like, I want to put it on right now. I'm not going to because I've already done a video on that. But it's definitely one of the best suits that I own. I think, yeah, it is. Like, the cape is great. Like, Bruce makes a great cape always. Like, I can't say enough about this cape. I can't wait to wear it in public. I can't wait to wear it more and to actually do a photography session with my boy David Froome Holtz Photography. Go follow him on Instagram. He's amazing. Kick him? No. Wait, what? Follow him. Follow all these makers. So all these makers, we got action costumes, custom costumes. I don't think he has an Instagram. Napier's, Replica Industries, Unmasked Studio, Gunhead Designs, New Dream Props, In Disguise Designs. Follow all of them. They're worth your time. But okay, so now, how to keep cool at conventions. So there's really no magic trick here. My advice is wear the suit that you think is going to keep you coolest in the terms of the weather. So, for example, funnily enough, would rather wear a muscle suit in hot weather than a spandex suit in hot weather. A, because the muscle suit, it has a bit of room to breathe, and B, you're not going to see sweat stains on it, which is great. So there's no magic sort of pill to keep cool. But what I will say is, if you have one of those little portable fans, great. If you have some cold water, great. But do as little movement as you can, because if you're running around, you're going to be warm. In terms of cleaning them, so all these suits are very fragile. Well, they are, you know, they can withstand a wear, but my spandex suits, I basically hand wash them. I hand wash them and I spot wash them. So I would never put any of these suits through the washing machine just because it's just, I don't feel would be good. Possibly on a very delicate, cold cycle. But yeah, I would hand wash them all. And I would say hand wash them in terms of just the problematic areas. You don't have to wash the whole thing, but you can. But definitely hand wash with a really, 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 really mild detergent. In terms of the muscle suits, so you can't wash muscle suits. You just can't. Some of them you can take the outer suit off and spot clean them that way. But I use this on my muscle suits. It's like a lifesaver. So this is called Isocol, and it's just a rubbing alcohol. And so, still recording. Extra long video. Got to do it twice. So I just spot spray this stuff. And then I just leave it out to dry. That is the best. Like, if you're sweating profusely, then you're gonna get you're not gonna get a spray. You're gonna actually get a bottle of it, and you're just gonna basically dump it on a wet cloth or a cloth, and then spot clean it that way. But this stuff is really good because it eliminates odors, it destroys bacteria. Really, really good. So Isocol, if you're here in Australia, or any kind of rubbing alcohol anywhere in the world. In terms of storage, I tend to store all of these in big sort of plastic containers, but I fold them really well. I'm very meticulous in how I fold them. Like for the muscle suits, I make sure that the legs are above. So I basically fold the suit in half and the legs are above so that the legs aren't getting crushed. And I store them that way, and I don't store them in hot areas. So they've got to be, you know, room temperature or cooler, just because you don't want anything to get warped or the dyes to what's the word I'm looking for? The dyes to bleed. Yeah, we'll say bleed. The capes I store all separately. Well, I store them together, but separately from the actual suits. And the boots I also store separately away from the suits. So everything that can be separate, I make separate so that I'm not crushing anything or I'm not taking too much room. And look, each suit is my baby, so like they need their own room, right? I mean, come on. The Lycra suits, I store those together because they're Lycra suits that take much less room, so I'm not going to get a different container for each one. So each muscle suit has its own container, and the Lycra suits are in containers of their own. So that's how I basically store stuff. Now, in terms of holding things at conventions, you got to be sort of creative with this. So anything that I don't need, I don't take with me. If it's something like ID or credit cards, I try to put those in my boots. Some people I've heard have sewn little like compartments into their cape as like a little bit of a pocket, which I think is a great idea. You'd want to put a zipper on there just to make sure. But in terms of bigger items like keys and this and that, that's tricky. Like if you have a place you can store them at the con, great. Like a table of somebody that you know. Like if you can find somebody that you know, like, hey man, or hey lady, can I just keep my stuff here? That's perfect case scenario. Like I'm really lucky to be part of the Melbourne costume group, MCG. Shout out, love you guys. So whenever I go to a con, I can get them to watch my stuff. And you can think outside the box as well. Like if there is a cosplay group, sometimes they like to display suits and things. So if you have like a spare one, you can be like, hey, you can display this if I can keep my stuff at your table, kind of thing. And then you can even get an exhibitor pass, and so you can skip the lines. Ooh, pro tip. But yeah, otherwise it does become tricky. Like, because, getting fanny packs and that's no fun. You can certainly make a fanny pack out of a belt, like so you can attach a fanny pack in the back of the belt and you can hold your stuff that way. But it's all about getting creative. So, okay, giveaway. So, basically, this is a giveaway once we get to 10,000 subscribers on my channel. So we've got a way to go. I'm going to give away a suit. So, you've got to be subscribed to the channel. Once we get to 10,000, I'm going to put a poll in my community page, and I'm going to put up 3 different suits. And I'm going to ask which suit you, as my audience, as my subscribership, want me to give away. Which one do you want me to give away? And then that's the suit that I'm going to give away. And then it's going to be a complete auction off. So, a random auction off. After that, I will put another post in my community group saying basically put your name down or comment here if you want to go into the draw for the suit. And then once you do that, I'm going to put everybody's name into a random draw, and I'm going to draw it, and whoever gets it, gets it. And you're going to get the suit for free. And I'm not even going to make you pay for shipping because that wouldn't be right. So you're going to get a suit for free, and all you got to do is stay subscribed or subscribe, share it, tell everybody about it, get me to 10,000 subscribers, and let's have a little bit of fun. So look, that has been my video today. That's all the suits that I own. Most of the suits that I own. So I think I covered 18, so that's pretty good. So look, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, ding, ding, share it with your friends so we can get to that 10,000 even faster so I can give you a suit. Everybody has an equal chance to win. Why not you? Look, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.